Thank you so much.
Let's bring in our political panel. Jay Shabria is a former senior advisor to Ohio Governor John Kasich and managing director at Mercury LLC. Isaac Wright is a partner at Forward Solutions Strategy Group. Gentlemen, thanks for being here. So the departure late last night of Gorka, Sebastian Gorka, it's been reported that President Trump told his team he had no idea what Gorka did, but he loved his appearances on cable TV. So, gentlemen, what's your read on his departure? Jay, let's start with you.
Look, this is clearly a sign that Kelly is continuing to get a hold of the White House. I think Sebastian Gorka, yeah, he was on TV a lot. I don't think a lot of people knew what he did. And he was one of those people that had access to the president when Kelly needs to instill order. I think for the American people to look at this and the moves that have happened in the White House recently, anything that lessens chaos in the White House is good for the country. So this is a very positive move and something that I find very encouraging.
Isaac, Steve Bannon gone, Gorka out. Is this a sign that General Kelly is reining in the White House staff?
Well, it's a sign that we're one step safer. I think having somebody as inept and incompetent as Gorka with no qualifications to actually be dealing with anti-terrorism and national security as a chief advisor to the president on those issues is a bad thing. So anything that gets him out of that circle and out of the White House makes America a little bit safer.
I was in Phoenix the other night when President Trump hinted about pardoning Sheriff Joe Arpaio, but saying he didn't want to create controversy. His supporters went wild in the arena.
Bigot. I don't think anybody questions that. Those are matters of public record and public fact. But there's an even equally sinister message here that is not getting as much attention, which is the fact that this sends a subtle but strong message from our president to those people being interviewed by the special counsel to keep quiet. The president will pardon you. This is a very, very dangerous stick in the eye to the rule of the law by the president that we're facing. And it puts our country in jeopardy.
I gave you guys a little bit of what we call in TV news a tease. Here's what the president said the other night.
Sounds good.
But I won't do it tonight because I don't want to cause any controversy. Is that okay? All right?
Sheriff Arpaio called into Sean Hannity's show last night and offered this reaction.
I'm not going down without trying to defend myself to all those people that don't like what I've done. After all these years, 55 years in law enforcement around the world, and here I am on the defense table because they wanted to do everything to get rid of me, certain people, and I'll discuss that more next week.
So what about the timing of this, Jay?
Look, I think what happened here is the president on the other night said he's going to have more troops in Afghanistan. The base went crazy. This was clearly a bone thrown towards the base to try to say, hey, we're still looking out for you. The real problem here for the president is he makes these announcements and he puts senators in a box. The Wall Street Journal had a lead editorial yesterday saying that the congressional Republicans need to treat the president like an independent. So now what you're starting to see is this cleavage between congressional Republicans and the president. My question is, what's the end game? How are we going to get legislation passed? Because the Congress needs wins before they go in the 2018 election, and the president needs wins too. But clearly, he is looking at the base. The Congress is trying to pass things. I don't know where this is going to end up because this does not seem to be a very sound legislative strategy.
Jay Shabria, Isaac Wright, many thanks for your time.
Thank you.